right, I'm gonna do a part two. This is fastest 15 minutes in social media, fastest 15 minutes on the internet. Anyway, I wanna just continue where I left off on the last one because I had a little bit, a lot of not a lot, but I had a little bit more to say. But so I guess what I'm trying to get at is that we have to come up with universal solutions. And we got to start realizing that all of these different things, the religion and the politics and all of that is all set up to be divisive. They don't want us to get along. That's what it's all about. But if I let you do you and you let me do me, there's no divisiveness, and that messes up the whole system. That was the theory, behind the Willie Lynch letter or anything like that. Okay, let's pit everybody against everybody. And right now, I mean, we got the same thing. We have the exact same things going on in the black community. We can't even figure out what to call ourselves. But yet still, but we want to be in control and in charge. That's kind of where we end up. And it's not a good deal for anybody. It really isn't, because then you have what? You have anarchy. You just got people, with no rules and just whatever. Right? But putting things into control, or putting power in control, asserting power and control over things usually doesn't work, because people are people. And whatever it is you tell, 9 times out of 10, whatever you tell somebody not to do, that's what they gonna do. Anybody that's got children, they understand that. Or a dog, like a good dog, like you tell a dog, look, don't go in the trash can, don't do this, don't do that. You leave for 5 minutes. The first thing, what is the dog gonna do? He gonna go in that trash can or surf on the counter, whatever he can get to, he's gonna get to. Right? Anybody that's so you gotta understand that, or now right, we gotta overstand that everybody is woke and blah 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 blah, but you ain't woke enough to understand that you are not the only person on the planet. And the other thing we gotta realize is one out of every 5 people on the planet is black. 1 out of every 5 people on the planet is Chinese. Right? I guess so. So I want you to just think, it's like you don't run nothing, really. And all of these things, the only real solution, like just telling people, you need to buy black and marry within your race and do all of this. Come on, Hotep, my brother, because it's only gonna last. Look, how long did the proclamations made at the Million Man March? How long did they last? How long did the only thing we got good out the Million Man March may be Stacey Abrams. only good thing. The rest of it, nobody did nothing. It's the same thing. After Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X were executed, what happened to the civil rights movement? In fact, the civil rights movement kind of disappeared until Black Lives Matter showed up. Right? And these are things that have to be done through voting and through society, through the normal channels of government. But we got people out here telling people not to vote. Right? We got people out here telling people not to vote, but that's the only way to change our government. or or run a coup, overthrow it or whatever. But that's not practical, because then all you're doing is, what are you doing? You're starting a war, because there's going to be other people. So voting is the only solution, and the other solution is money. There need to be reparations, and people need to, because there's too much money out there. Anytime you got like 10 people that got enough money, you got 10 people walking around on the planet that got enough money where they could give everybody on the planet $1 billion and still not be hurt and still have a whole bunch of money. So there's something fundamentally wrong with that. It ain't, and then we got all of these. We got, anytime you mention that, the first thing, what do? Oh, you're a socialist. No, we not socialists. We just want to be able to eat and sleep every day and take care of our children and our families. But the first thing they gonna come, and then because they use the socialists. See, because then they put the markers on it, like I was saying, and they just want to, okay, so we're gonna pit the socialists against the democratic process of voting and paying taxes and all of that. So now we take all that, everybody in capitalism. That's the other one. So everything has to be gone through capitalism or whatever. But we know that's not going to work, because through capitalism, that's why we got those 10 people that own the entire world, and then everybody else is, and they don't pay taxes. So we live so that they can live. We work so that they can live. That's it. Because they don't pay the amount of taxes that the middle class or even the upper middle class nowadays, and for sure the low class and the no class, right? They not pay. They don't pay. Billionaires don't pay taxes. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get y'all to realize and understand, that this thing there has to be more practical solutions, and people that are willing to sit down and talk with one another and understand the problems and the issues that concern every race of people that is on the earth. And colonization's got to stop, and all of that. That's worse. You gonna tell me that's not worse than socialism? So you mean to tell me going around colonizing places all around the earth and taking all the money and making sure that a portion of the population stays broke? Or what about the thing that was said? The guy said that the population, the black population, would have zero income. and I'm looking at it like, zero? How are we going to have zero income? So, I don't know what sources they're using or what they're trying to figure out or nothing like that. But does that sound logical to you? No. What it means is that everything that we make is going to leave our community and not going to come back. See, those are things that we can change. See, that $1.8 trillion that we got going, or the money that we spend on the NFL and the NBA and all of their stuff, because we got, walk around with the clothes and the Versace's and, all of that. Allegedly, I need to say that. I'm not against anything. Right. But I'm just saying, you got people walking around here, you got one group of people walking around here and they're like blinged out everywhere. And then you got another group of people that can't get up in the morning. Or you got people like Jackson, Mississippi, like Flint, Michigan, that ain't got clean water to drink. Or we got places that people have been in government for so long that they have completely trash the political climate of wherever they are. Just like some of these people have been in Congress and for too long. We need to come up, and there are things that can be done. We need reparations for everybody that's been wronged. All right. We need to revamp the Constitution and make sure that everybody knows the Constitution before they get into the government. That's another problem. Like most people they don't realize the United States does not have a religion. The United States does not have a language. But let a white nationalist come in your face, the first thing they tell you, speak English. Right? Speak English. First thing they tell you. And then, then the next thing they tell you, they try to tell you that somehow this is a Christian country and in God we trust and all that, which is, and the terminology God, which is on that money, was not talking about God in the sky. I hate to tell y'all that, right? Government of defense, we trust. We trust the government of defense. That's what we trust. And it's true. And we got to start. And then the whole thing is all critical race theory. We not gonna tell the truth. Is that so? So we go take kids in the classrooms for 12 years, 13 years, and we never gonna tell them the truth. That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I found out the truth about religion, when I found out the truth about Christianity. Oh my God, I was hurt. It took me a while to recover. No, like I love me some white Jesus. I used to. I love me some, Yahshua and all of that. And I started reading it and studying, outside of those scriptures. And it's amazing that the biggest lie in the history of the world, and they still telling it. See, those are the type of things that need to be changed, because when you don't know who you are and you don't know self, if you don't have knowledge of self and you don't know who you are, then you don't function correctly, because you think that you are less than what you really are. And people, people get upset with you because, okay, so they're upset with me because I'm confident, because I have studied and I know history and I know what's going on. But here's the thing about history too. We can't even rely on history, because we got to move on past history now. We really do. That's why. So one thing that white folks say all the time, get over slavery. We do need to get over slavery, because it's not going to get us nowhere to keep hanging on to it. It's done. It's the past. But we don't have to forget it, but we got to move on without it. We got to move on without it. That's the key. We got to start moving forward. We got to make plans, and we got to start working our plans, but we got to work our plans in silence. Just like when you trying to manifest something and they like and that's in the whole manifestation thing, that's another thing that now they're trying to, they're trying to call manifestation evil. But guess what? Like I said in another video, what? I guarantee you, if you got children to feed at your table, male, female, whatever you are, right? You gonna try to manifest food for your family. What do you think that is? What do you think when you're out working and you're doing all this kind of stuff? What are you doing? You're manifesting. You're making things happen. If you don't do that, that's one of the fallacies of religion. They try to tell you to, wait on something outside of you that's going to try to fix you, which is bullshit. Excuse my French, but it's bullshit. And ain't nothing outside of you going to fix you but you. The only person, as within, so without. As within, so without. Whatever, and I've been talking about consciousness. As your consciousness is, that's the only thing, the only way that you can change anything, even yourself. All right, I gotta hope. I'm only gonna do 2, I promise. Fastest 15 minutes is up. In fact, I think I went over. All right, love y'all. Like button, subscribe button. You know, think about this stuff. Think it ain't illegal yet. They ain't put a illegal